Hey everyone, this is Scott from the Forgot to Grow Podcast. Welcome to another edition of ReWatching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Today I'm going to be talking about Season 3, Episode 2, Purpose in the Machine. I'm just going to be starting off with the plot summary and then just talking about some different elements in this episode that I liked and some different foreshadowing and Easter egg elements I noticed as well. So let's get started with that plot summary, which says Dr. Andrew Gardner evaluates Joey and deems that he's not yet ready to join the Secret Warriors, Daisy's potential team of Inhumans. Grant Ward is looking to rebuild Hydra, so he recruits Warner von Strucker, son of the previous leader Baron Wolfgang von Strucker. Tasked with hunting down and killing Ward, Agent Hunter tracks down Agent May, who has been on leave from S.H.I.E.L.D. May is convinced not to run for her life, despite difficulties in her relationship with Gardner and Coulson, and eventually agrees to join Hunter in his mission. Fitz realizes that the monolith is a portal, and that S.H.I.E.L.D. enlists Asgardian Elliot Randolph. Randolph takes them to an old English castle where a machine was constructed to open the monolith using vibrations. Daisy is able to replicate this effect with her abilities, and Fitz sends a flare through before going to the portal himself. He's able to find Simmons, is able to bring her back just as Daisy's power destroys the monolith. So that is the plot summary, guys. I really enjoyed this episode because it was a really fun episode, and it also made me realize, wow, it's been a while since I've watched this season, because I definitely thought this happened later in the season. To be honest, I thought Simmons was gone more of the season than she was, and we didn't get to her story, like them being able to rescue her so soon, but I'm glad that they were, because obviously I love having Simmons around, and I like that they didn't have to waste too much time in the season with that. I just totally blanked. I said in the last video that I thought it was a whole season plot, and it's not really at all. It's just a couple episodes. But yeah, nonetheless, I still enjoyed this episode for the fact that we got the Asgardian back, Randolph. He was really cool. I like that they bring a character back that's been in the show previously, so I always enjoyed that, like recurring characters, and he was one of my favorite. I like the actor. I can't remember his name, but he was in. He's been in a bunch of stuff, but he was in Numbers, which I love that show. But yeah, so I enjoyed that element to it. I like that, where they find him, his attitude towards them, because he's an Asgardian. He can do what he wants pretty much, because he's not as powerful as Thor, because Thor's a little more higher up, but he's still on the same level as a regular Asgardian. So he just, at one point we see him break out of jail, kind of. But yeah, so I enjoyed his. That character coming back into this episode. Yeah, what else do I have written down for this episode? Ward consolidating Hydra. That's just a fun little side plot that happens throughout this season that gives them kind of reason to, get Hunter and May to track him down. I'm glad it's not taking up too much of the main plot of the show, but it's still a little side plot that's kind of fun, and it's a cool way to keep Ward's character around for a little bit longer until at least the end of this season. I think it's this season where he gets taken over, right? We'll find out as we watch. But what else do I have written down? Coulson is having a whole lot of trouble with calling Daisy. He keeps calling her Sky, and I like it. I like that it's a TV show. They're writing these lines for him, so it's kind of just a funny little kind of character trait they added to him, that he's just like, I'm sorry, I'm trying to remember, I'm an older gentleman, I can't always remember things. He's not that old really, but I just like that it's just like, I'm used to calling you Sky. I'm sorry, it's been 2.5 years, and now you want me to call you Daisy. I get why you want me to call you Daisy, I just forget. And so I just like that little thing that they keep putting in these couple episodes. A few more times I think it happens before they kind of get over that little bit. But I just enjoyed that little thing. And I like the connection, so this is a totally other thing, with Strucker and Ward, kidnapping Strucker's kid. I like that connection. That, they could have, I guess they couldn't have picked anybody in Hydra, but I like that they made that kind of direct connection to, the former leader. Someone who we didn't get in the show itself, but we got referred to in a couple times. Obviously, his character was a big role in, not big role, his character showed up in Age of Ultron. But yeah, what else do I have? The name Secret Warriors gets dropped in the episode at one point, which I enjoyed. I didn't realize that they actually refer to their own things as Secret Warriors, which is cool. A nod to the comics and that stuff, so I enjoyed that I like when they say things like that. But yeah, what else? That's pretty much all I had written down for this episode. Yeah, it was a lot of focused around rescuing this Gemma, and I'm glad she's back. I can't wait to get to the episode where we revisit her time on the alien planet. So yeah, that's everything for this episode. Be sure to let me know in the comments below, guys, if I missed any bits of foreshadowing that you noticed or anything that you liked in particular about this episode. Always like hearing that stuff. But thanks again for joining me today, and have a good one.